Imagine a place with golden beaches, historic cities, world-class wine, affordable living, and a visa that practically rolls out the red carpet for expats and digital nomads. That place is Portugal. Over the past few years, this small European nation has skyrocketed in popularity, attracting everyone from retirees and remote workers to young families and startup founders. But what exactly makes Portugal so irresistible in 2025? In this video, we'll explore why everyone is moving to Portugal and whether it's truly the dream destination it appears to be. Before we begin though, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more awesome travel guides and make sure you hit the notification bell so that you know when we publish a new video. So let's cut to the chase then. At 1. Portugal's expat boom. Why the world is watching. Over the last few years, Portugal has gone from being one of Europe's best-kept secrets to one of the most sought-after destinations for expats, retirees and digital nomads. This isn't just hype, it's backed by data. Portugal ranked in the top 5 of Internation's Expat Insider survey for quality of life and ease of settling in, and Lisbon regularly appears on global best places to live lists. But why now? Several factors converged at the right time. The rise of remote work allowed people to choose lifestyle over location, and Portugal checked all the right boxes: safety, sunshine, affordability, and cultural charm. Government incentives like the D7 visa and Golden Visa program also open the doors wide for foreigners with passive income, remote jobs, or investment capital. Social media accelerated the trend. Travel vloggers and nomad influencers showcased the country's dreamy coastlines, cheap wine, oh yes, and slow living, while highlighting how easy it was to make the leap. Cities like Lisbon and Porto became hubs for creatives and freelancers, while quieter spots like the Algarve began drawing retirees from the US and UK looking to escape high healthcare costs and harsh winters. Even students and entrepreneurs began arriving in search of inspiration and simplicity. Portugal has become more than just a place to escape to. It's a place to start over, reset, or reimagine life completely. As a result, what was once a trickle has turned into a full-blown wave of migration. And the world is watching. Next up at 2, the cost of living. Is Portugal still affordable? One of the biggest reasons people move to Portugal is the promise of a better life at a lower cost. But is that still true in 2025? The short answer is yes, but it depends where and how you live. Lisbon, Porto and parts of the Algarve have seen a noticeable rise in living costs, especially in rent and dining. However, if you compare it to London, New York or even Barcelona, it still offers excellent value. In Lisbon, a one-bedroom apartment in the city centre averages between €1,000 to €1,300 per month. Head 30 minutes outside the city and you can find charming towns where similar housing costs just €600 to €800. Groceries are very affordable, especially if you stick to local markets and Portuguese products. A cappuccino still costs less than €2 in most areas, and eating out at a casual restaurant can set you back just €10 or €15. Public transport is cheap, reliable and extensive. A monthly metro pass in Lisbon, for example, costs under €50. Healthcare, too, is a major draw. Even for private services, Portugal offers some of the best value in Western Europe, with full dental cleanings costing under €50 and general consultations often priced below €70. That said, expat spending habits can inflate costs quickly. Imported goods, upscale neighbourhoods and tourist hotspots can stretch your budget. And while utilities and insurance are generally low, electricity prices have risen due to EU-wide energy shifts. So is Portugal affordable? Absolutely, if you live with local awareness and adapt to the Portuguese rhythm. For those looking to make their income go further without sacrificing quality of life, Portugal still delivers. Next up, at 3, visas and digital nomad advantages. One of Portugal's biggest advantages in attracting global citizens is its forward-thinking visa system. Unlike many countries that have clunky or restrictive immigration policies, Portugal has actively welcomed remote workers, retirees and investors. The most popular route for long-term stays is the D7 visa, designed for those with passive income or remote earnings. It's particularly appealing to digital nomads, freelancers, retirees with pensions, and anyone earning consistently from abroad. To qualify, applicants typically need to show a monthly income of around 800 to 1200 euros, depending on household size, along with proof of accommodation and private health insurance. There's also the newer digital Nomad visa, introduced in 2022, which is aimed specifically at remote workers. This option lets you legally live in Portugal while working for a foreign company, a game changer for those who want European residency without having to invest large sums or start a business. For those with deeper pockets, the Golden Visa remains an option, allowing residency through property investment, job creation or capital transfer. Many use it as a pathway to eventual permanent residency or citizenship. What makes Portugal even more appealing is the Schengen access it provides. Once you're a resident, you can travel freely across most of Europe. Portugal's visa policies are not only accessible, but also efficient and transparent compared to many neighbouring countries. Processing times are relatively fast, and many consulates are well versed in handling applications from the US, UK and Canada. It's this combination of legal ease and lifestyle perks that's turning Portugal into a true magnet for globally mobile citizens. In a world where flexibility and freedom are everything, Portugal makes it surprisingly easy to set up a new life abroad. Alright, at 4, life in Portugal, culture, climate and community. What truly seals the deal for most people moving to Portugal isn't just the cost or the visas, it's the lifestyle. Portugal offers that rare mix of old-world charm and modern comfort. You can stroll through cobbled streets that feel like time capsules from the 1700s, then hop on high-speed Wi-Fi to finish a Zoom call from a local cafe. The pace of life is slower, more relaxed. People greet each other in the streets, meals are savoured rather than rushed, and siestas are still very much a thing in small towns. Culturally, Portugal is warm, family-orientated and deeply rooted in tradition, yet incredibly tolerant and welcoming to foreigners. While Portuguese is the official language, English is widely spoken in major cities and tourist hubs, making integration easier than in many other European countries. The country also has one of the lowest crime rates in Europe, adding to its appeal for solo travellers, families and retirees. Then there's the climate. Portugal boasts over 300 days of sunshine a year in regions like the Algarve, with mild winters and refreshing Atlantic breezes in the summer. Whether you prefer surfing in Ericeira, wine tasting in the Douro Valley or hiking in the Azores, the variety of landscapes is staggering for such a small country. On top of that, there's a growing community of expats and digital nomads from around the world. You'll find co-working spaces, meetups, expat Facebook groups, and even local language exchanges in nearly every city. This mix of old and new, of tradition and innovation, creates a daily life that's both grounding and inspiring. It's no wonder so many are choosing to not just visit Portugal, but stay for good. And finally, at 5, the catch? Challenges expats should know. Of course, no place is without its downsides, and Portugal is no exception. One of the biggest challenges for newcomers is the bureaucracy. From setting up a bank account to applying for residency, expect things to move slowly. Appointments can take weeks, paperwork often has to be submitted in person, and public offices typically close early. Patience isn't just helpful here, it's essential. Another concern is the rising cost of rent, especially in Lisbon, Porto and the Algarve. Demand from expats and investors has pushed up prices significantly in popular areas, making it harder for both locals and new arrivals to find affordable long-term housing. Some critics argue that the influx of foreigners is contributing to gentrification and in turn changing the character of certain neighbourhoods. While healthcare is high quality and inexpensive, public systems can be slow and overburdened, which is why many expats opt for private insurance. Language can also be a hurdle. While many Portuguese speak English, relying solely on it can limit your experience. Learning at least basic Portuguese goes a long way, not just practically, but also socially. Lastly, if you're expecting a booming job market, Portugal may disappoint. Wages are lower compared to much of Western Europe, and unless you're remote working or self-employed, finding high-paying opportunities can be tough. Still, for most expats, these downsides are manageable trade-offs for the lifestyle benefits they gain. Understanding both the pros and the cons helps set realistic expectations and makes the transition smoother. So, is Portugal the new global hotspot for expats and digital nomads? All signs point to yes. With its warm culture, inviting visa policies, and high quality of life at a relatively low cost, it's easy to see why so many are packing their bags and starting fresh in this beautiful corner of Europe. But like any move, it comes with challenges. What matters is whether the trade-offs are worth it for you. Would you move to Portugal in 2025? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell icon for more deep dives into the world's most livable destinations. Obrigado for watching and see you in the next one.